Tankopanidam dukkha samudayam ariya satyam pahinanti me bhikkhave ubbe ananussutesu dhammesu. Chakkhum udapadi jnanam udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi. Idam dukkha nirodham ariya sacchanti me bhikkhave ubbe ananussutesu dhammesu. Chakkhum udapadi jnanam udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi. Tankopanidam dukkha nirodham ariya satyam satchikātapanti me bhikkhave ananussutesu dhammesu. Chakkhum udapadi jnanam udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi.
You light a candle? Any volunteer? Press. One more candle.
Before we start our meditation, let's do our regular chanting. Please turn to page number 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami, Adinadana Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami, Kamesu Miccacara Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami, Musavada Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami, Surameraya Majja Pamadatthana Vedamani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others, to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vinjacharena sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Santa deva manussanam buddho bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Svakkhato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko
Akaliko.
Ehi passiko openaiko panchattam veditabbo vinyohiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani
Atta Purisa
Pungala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakkineyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyak ketang lokassati
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Ghanasarappaditena Deepena tamadansina Tilokadipam sambuddham Pujayami tamonudam.
Offering of incense.
Gandha sambhara yuttena Dupena ham sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyantam Puja bhajana muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vannagandha gunopetam Etam kusuma santatim Pujayami muning dasasa
Siripad
Saroruhe Jemi Buddhang Kusumena Nena Punyena Metena Labami Mokkang Pumpang Milayati Yata Idam Me Kayo Tatayati Vinasa Bhavang.
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante Paniyang parikampitang Anukampang upadaya Patigan hatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante Gilana pancayang imang Anukampang upadaya Patigan hatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sambang Samvetani supatititang Saririka dhatu mahabodhing Buddha rupang sakalang sada.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
Itceva macchang namaste niyam namaste mano ratenante yang Punyabi sangdang Wipulang alantang Tasanu Hatante rayo
Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the weed that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the bird like the linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dust of silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened, and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome for our meditation session. So, in this evening, we are going to spend very wholesome time together. So, this is guiding ourselves to experience the wholesome states of our mind. While our mind can be conditioned by what is around us, but we can also gradually guide our mind to a wholesome place. So right now we are going to do that, and we have this conducive environment for that. So let us make use of this wholesome conducive environment, and we will gradually develop this wholesomeness in our mind. We will do our loving kindness meditation, wishing genuinely well-being and peace to all living beings. Everyone is seeking peace, well-being, and happiness, but not all are skillful or wise in attaining that. Sometimes circumstances don't allow people to experience that happiness. And let us have deep empathy towards all people who are vulnerable to suffering, going through difficult times, not being able to wise at times, and being conditioned by their environment and surrounding social structures. Let us genuinely make a wish that may they all find a way to be free, a way to be peaceful. With that genuine empathy, we will start this meditation and rejoice your decision to come here, and rejoice your effort to come here, and make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly, and I will make use of this guidance, this wholesome, conducive environment, and I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. That determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell and the chant. Let us try to come to our body throughout this bell and the chant. Try to feel your body, where it touches right now. Where do you feel any point of contact? Any sensation with your clothes? Anywhere your body parts are touching each other? Just bring your attention to those places. Let us try to be in the body throughout the bell and the chant. Feel your body. Just be with your body. Let us stay within the framework of our body. Just observing whatever sensations available to us in this body. Acknowledging all the sensations, whether they are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. We simply acknowledge them all and use them as a help to be here in this moment. With this awareness of the body, we will allow this body to further relax. This is a good time to let our body to relax completely. Even though we are in a sitting posture, we can allow all the muscles in the body to loosen up, to release and to relax. If you wish, you can take a long, slow breath and allow your lungs to have fresh air a little bit longer, lengthening our in-breath slowly and releasing that air slowly, allowing our whole body to relax and release. You can take another such long, slow breath and release that breath also gently, slowly, relaxing all the muscles. And taking another slow, long breath in and releasing that air also while dropping the belly, the shoulders, letting everything to relax and release and loosen. With this relaxed body, let us now gently pay our attention to our mind. And just watch what are the thoughts, memories that are surfacing in our mind right now. Without developing any thought further, we will simply watch with curiosity and openness. What are the thoughts that are visiting us right now? We can notice various thoughts can keep coming up, random thoughts occurring one after the other. We will now purposely guide our mind to a wholesome place. Instead of these random thoughts, we will now guide and channel our mind to a wholesome place, loving kindness. We have the capacity to direct our mind, gently guide our mind. Let us do it now. Not letting our mind to go astray or just to have random thoughts, but purposely guiding our mind to generate wholesome loving kindness again and again. We all have this inner capacity of loving kindness. We have genuine willingness inside of ourselves for everyone to be well. Am I okay if everyone in this world is fine? Am I okay if everyone in this world is safe and happy? Most of us have positive answer. That is the deep loving kindness that we all have. But we want to manifest it right now. We want to experience it. We want to cultivate it. We want to bring that capacity out. Let us open our heart for that willingness for everyone to be well, to come out. That genuine wish of well-being, that goodwill towards all beings, that friendliness towards everyone. Let us bring that wholesome state of the mind out, opening our heart for that wholesome quality to manifest. Let us help with a visualization for this loving kindness to manifest. We can visualize a smiling face of a little baby. A little baby with a shining eyes, with a gentle smile. You can visualize a blossom flower or a puppy or kitten, whatever that is convenient for you. Just visualize such a wholesome image. With that visualization, we can see the opening of our heart, our readiness to care, our willingness for the safety and well-being of that baby, the creature, or the flower. We will acknowledge that openness, that spark of loving kindness. Let us now cultivate that wholesomeness. Let us direct that loving kindness to ourselves and to many other people without any reservations or limitations. We will radiate this loving kindness, this wholesome wish, this friendliness, this goodwill towards everyone, including ourselves. Let us keep wishing well-being to all people, all beings. Let us start with ourselves. Feel your presence here again. Feel your body, how you are sitting here, your presence, and direct this loving kindness to yourself. Just like we have genuine wish of well-being towards that baby, that pet, let us direct the same genuine loving kindness to ourselves, to this person sitting here. Let us make a genuine wish. May this person sitting here be well, be strong, be healthy, Be peaceful. Keep generating these wholesome wishes to yourself. Be well. Be strong. Be healthy. Be peaceful. Let us radiate this loving kindness throughout our body with deep appreciation of all the organs and all the systems of this body. This is a good time to acknowledge the support we receive from all these organs and systems. With deep appreciation, let us direct this loving kindness throughout this body. May these lungs, the whole respiratory system that is helping us even right now to breathe, feel your breath and genuinely wish. May this whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs throughout this digestive system, stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digestive system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain, the whole central nervous system. Be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, may all these muscles, all these ligaments, all these tendons, and all these veins throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May these bones, these large bones and tiny bones, and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness travel throughout this body, reaching each corner of the body and healing the whole body. Be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to all others, wholeheartedly, wishing everyone else the same well-being. May all people who are connected to our life, all dear beloved people in our life, the people in the close circle of your life, may they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those people to everyone else. May all people living in this whole area, whoever the people, may everyone in this whole neighborhood, in this whole surrounding area, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this immediate neighborhood to people living in faraway places. Let us take a moment to think about all people living in each direction. Whoever the people living in the direction that we are facing, may all people living in the cities, states, and even beyond the country, in all other countries in this direction, may every one of them living in the direction of our front be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our right, may everyone living in that direction in the cities, states, and countries in that direction be well, be healthy, be healed. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our back, whoever the people living in this direction right now, in faraway places in this direction, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people living in the direction of our left, whoever the people living in this direction right now, in faraway places, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this loving kindness beyond all human beings to all other living beings, living in all directions, above and below. May all animals living everywhere, all these little creatures and medium and big animals, from large ones to little ones, all animals, Be well. Be safe. Be healthy. Be peaceful. Let's expand this loving kindness as wide as we can to include as many beings as we can to our wish. May all living beings living area, whatever life forms there may be, may all these living beings, each and every living organism, without exception, be well. Be well. Be well. Be peaceful. 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 This loving kindness is unlimited. This unbound loving kindness, embracing all living beings. Rejoice, this expansive, limitless, unbound loving kindness. A wholesome state of the mind. Rejoice this manifested loving kindness in your mind. With this wholesome state of the mind, let us now gently move to be mindful of our breath. In this peaceful, calm moment, with the support of this loving kindness and calmness, we can closely watch the experience of our breathing. Let us bring a close attention to the sensation of the in-breath we can feel around our nostrils, in our chest. Let us keep noticing the in-breath and the out-breath. Deep appreciation of this breath that enables us to live this precious life. Let us keep watching the breath again and again. Try to recognize the details of this sensation more and more. Each breath is a new experience. Pay attention to the novel nature of each breath. Let us keep coming back to our breath again and again. Whenever we have other thoughts or memories, we simply acknowledge them and simply notice them as thoughts, or memories. We just simply say in our mind and come back to the breath. Let us keep coming back to the breath again and again. Let us stay with our breath. In these last few minutes, give your full effort to be with your breath, to rest with your breath. Gently come out of the meditation. Dukkha patache nidukkha Bhayapattache Nibbaya Sukhapattache Nisukha Hontu Sabbipi Panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Let us deeply feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past who transmitted these teachings. Let us feel grateful to whoever helped your meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful to anyone who arranged and cleaned this place for us to meditate tonight. Let us feel grateful to even to these non-living things, including this bell, the cushion, the chair, and this device that help you to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. can change your leg and stretch. Okay, in our discussion, we are studying the Loving Kindness Sutra, particularly the 14 qualities that are given there as supporting factors of our loving kindness meditation. Maybe you just read, these qualities, Bhante, and because we haven't read them for some time, right? So can you turn to page 16? And those who are joining our YouTube, you can, listen, maybe 16. And can we read in English so we can see the, we can just read the list of these 14 qualities that are complementary, that are supportive factors for us to practice loving kindness effectively. Can you read the English translation from number 1? Ready? He who is skilled in working out one's well-being and who wishes to attain that state of peace should act thus. He should be adroit, straight, upright, obedient, gentle, and humble. He should be of contented, easily supportable, with but few responsibilities, of simple livelihood, controlled in his senses, prudent, courteous, and no hanker after association with families. Let him not perform the slightest wrong, for which the wise man may rebuke him. Let him think, may all living be well, safe, may all they have happy mind. Okay, that's, so we can see all the 14 qualities there. So of course, then Sutta is about how we can practice loving kindness in different ways. So, let him think, like, after you fulfill those qualities, maybe when you understand these qualities, then we can genuinely practice loving kindness. But of course, these qualities, are like complementary, supporting each other. So we have discussed how many qualities? 11 qualities?
Yes, we already discussed.
We already discussed 11 qualities. We are in the quality number 12, which is Nipako in Pali and prudent in English. Prudent, in other way, maybe wise. So it is really interesting, today's quality, like being prudent, being wise, because our loving kindness has to be practiced along with prudence, along with wisdom. And the Nipako, the term Nipaka stands for is not the kind of prajna, the panya that we discussed, is related, but mainly to practical wisdom. Sometimes we say common sense, right? The practical wisdom. So we see that how the gentleness, being simple, being like contentment, and all these qualities are related to loving kindness. But and today's is like we need to include some practical wisdom to practice loving kindness in an effective way. That means actually we know that sometime we need to have the wisdom, maybe prudence, presence of mind to sometime to avoid circumstances that will disturb our loving kindness. It's about choosing. Of course, we had to train our mind, no matter what is the outer circumstances. We should maintain our loving. I mean, we can train our mind to maintain loving kindness. That's our goal. But in order to go there, we have to have some practical wisdom. Sometime we need to have wisdom to be out of troubles, be out of circumstances that will hinder our loving kindness, that will disturb our loving kindness. It's basically understanding that there are certain circumstances, there are certain places, there are certain situations that may not support our loving kindness, that may hinder our loving kindness. If you notice that, if you sense that, we have to have a practical wisdom to detour. So Nipoko is that. So it's kind of balancing our loving kindness with wisdom, because loving kindness alone will make us very gullible, very naive. And so we have to have wisdom to balance it. So Nipoko is reminding us that. So there are basically two aspects to this, practical wisdom. One is to have a sense before it happens, that this situation, this meeting, maybe this place can be vulnerable. So have a sense in advance, and then make a decision how you are going to behave. Maybe better prepare, or if possible to detour. So that's one way, helping us to avoid unnecessary troubles, unnecessary confrontations. That's one part of that, this wisdom, avoiding, refraining, or avoiding. And the second one is actually being skillful to express our limits, our boundaries. Is also part of this, loving kindness. Because if we are going to be too gentle, too nice, too kind, it is possible sometime, that loving kindness can be manipulated, can be exploited. So therefore, we also have to have wisdom, practical wisdom. If you sense that, other people are making use of you being kind, or maybe they're try to make use of you. And then we have to have practical wisdom, not to create another, another confrontation there, but practical wisdom to firmly express our limit, our boundaries. And because so those two elements are part of being prudent. So when you say prudent, it has that practical aspect there, right? I think that is why they have used this term prudent. So what do you generally mean when you say prudent?
Prudent, I always interpret it as it wouldn't be correct. If you say that wouldn't be prudent, that means if you do that, that's not correct. But I never really thought about the word.
When it comes to financial management, what do you mean by prudence?
I think we're talking about making wise decisions based on looking ahead.
Yeah.
If you're looking ahead a bit, and then you can, I don't know, I think it's similar word would be smart choices.
Yes.
Maybe more
Exactly. I think that's exactly, yeah.
Like somebody hit you on your right cheek, then the left cheek for him. Control your anger.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can do that, but being prudent means not to create a situation that someone will hit your cheek. Being prudent means that you manage your life in a way that you will not be in that kind of situation. If you happen to be that, maybe you have to practice more skills, But being prudent means don't go to those places that people will hit you. Yeah. So it's like avoiding conflicts, like creating a, making a choices, wise choices to avoid conflict, not to create conflict. And the other one is like being able to like inform others, our values and our boundaries and limitations. Yes, Ron?
I think you discussed that before, where it says like hanker after session.
Oh, that's next week, right? Is it next week?
2 weeks.
It says in there, it says after prudent, and then it says
Courteous.
not hanker after association with family.
Yeah, you
Is
want.
that same? Is that they're like maybe they're associated with the family? Maybe they were.
Yeah, you had to come. You had to come in 2 weeks' time.
Oh.
Yes, actually, it's a very, very important, quality that we really need to discuss. We really need to understand. It's about balance. It's about balance. We will be able to understand the difference between attachment and love. Yeah. So sometimes we think that attachment is love, but it's not really. So we will discuss in detail. Thank you. So the prudent person knows what is likely to result from certain kinds of actions within a given situation. So he has that, knowledge, what would be, so that.
That's for prudent.
Yeah. So when we practice loving kindness, we have to and particularly this is really related to speech. The speech also, because a speech is such an important, important aspect of our life. And we have to be truthful in our life, and Buddha also said that not only we had to be truthful, but we also had to be timely. Even the truth, you should speak truth in appropriate time. So being prudent has that element too. You want to be kind to others, you want to be truthful, but and how to use our speech in a very skillful way. Sometimes you just simply say whatever comes to our mouth. It's not helping us practice loving kindness. We have to be very prudent when you speak with others, because if people can easily get hurt. People have all their previous memories, and and we have to be very careful, very prudent in our speech. Yes, Nancy?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
What you just said.
Okay. Can you rephrase it?
Just, it's like you have to know when to say something and when not to say something.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not it's the truth. Because sometimes the truth will hurt. Sometimes it'll set the person free. It's like,
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes even yeah.
Even with yourself.
Yeah. And if there's interesting discourse, right, Bhante? Remember Abhiraja Kumara Sutta? Like there's a sermon given by the Buddha to a prince. And he's asking about about the statements. Sometimes if it is beneficial and truthful, even though it is not pleasant, we have to say it to benefit that person. And Buddha is giving a similar that if a child has swallow and something, something inappropriate, to help that child, you have to take that out, whether that can be painful for that child. So there are three elements of our speech. I mean, there are more elements, but mainly three elements: truthful, beneficial, pleasant. And the fourth one will be timely. Okay, so truthful, beneficial, pleasant. So we had to try to achieve all these elements, but in some cases it may not be pleasant, but truthful and beneficial. Then we can say it, but we have to make sure that it's timely.
This qualities is very important for our morality. Sila.
Sila, yeah, for moral behavior, yeah.
Sometimes many people chose for them for life earn money for kill animals. Maybe sometimes chicken farms and pig farms. But rich man give up it.
The man who is prudent
Yeah.
will not use such way to earn money.
Yes.
Why?
Because
He's
now
prudent.
it's a very harmful for future.
For others and for himself too.
Yeah.
Right? So, but they say that being prudent can help us to like be moral, be virtuous in our life. I think whenever we talk about loving kindness, always we need to remember that it has to be a balance with wisdom, particularly balance with practical wisdom, being prudent. And I always share this story whenever people come and talk to me about like, how to practice, loving kindness properly. That is story about the snake. You remember that story? The snake who practiced loving kindness? You should have heard about it, but it was because I have repeated it many times.
I think when you started,
maybe they've forgotten it, right? Yeah. There's a story about a snake who practiced, loving kindness. So a snake, and he was living in the forest, and there was a hermit who was meditating in the forest. So according to this story, the snake was so impressed by this, hermit. He also wanted to practice what hermit is practicing. So one day he approached the hermit, and then asked, can you also help me to practice? And he taught him loving kindness. So you had to really genuinely feel kindness to all living beings. So he started to like eat dead animals rather than like killing animals. He started to live on dead animals, and he started to practice loving kindness. He was very committed. So when he was living like that, and there was an old lady came to the forest to collect firewoods. Those days people went to forest to collect firewoods to cook. So this old lady has a bad eyesight. So she collected firewoods, and she was looking for a rope to tie this firewood. So she was looking, and she saw kind of big rope lying over there. So she grabbed it. So actually this was the snake. So this old lady was dragging this snake. Usually snake will turn around and bite when such thing happen, but now this snake is practicing loving kindness, so he didn't do anything. So let this old woman to like drag itself. So old woman didn't know anything about. She thought, okay, nice rope, long enough, and drag it all the way to the, and then she used the snake to tie around that the firewood, and she even made a knot. It was so painful for the snake, when this going around and make a knot, and the snakes, the bones were like cracking and everything. But he was so patient and enduring everything and remembering what the hermits told him, and going through all these things without saying anything, without doing any reaction. So the old lady took the firewood, brought home, and untied the rope, the snake, and let it free. And then she took, the firewood, and then the snake has all these wounds and broken bones and everything, and all the pain is. Where with a lot of difficulty, he somehow managed, his way back to the forest, and he really wanted to go to this hermit and report to him, what happened to him. So after after struggling with for some time, he managed to go to the hermit and told hermit, "Look at me. What happened to me? I was practicing what you asked me to practice. I was practicing loving kindness, and look at me. What happened to me?" Then the hermit told him that, "I think you have taken only one part of my instruction. You haven't practiced loving kindness, properly. In fact, you have practiced foolishness." And he said, "Okay, then." And then the snake asked, "In that case, what I'm supposed to do?" And the hermit told the snake, and actually this snake was a cobra. Okay, and he said that when this old lady was dragging you, didn't you let her know that you are a cobra? Say, "No, I was very silent and patient. And if you showed your hood and hiss, and the lady would have known that you are a cobra, not a rope, and she should have let you go. So sometimes you have to show them that you are a cobra, who you are. And you have to hiss without poisoning. That's the trick. That's the difficult part. How to hiss without poisoning, because it's so difficult for us to show our limits, show our boundaries, show our values without hurting, without hurting the other person. So the hermit told the snake, "You have to let others know who you are, your values, your nature." So if you let that lady know that you are a cobra by simply showing your hood and maybe simply hissing, you'll be able to continue your practice. So I think that expressing our boundaries, like nipako, like being prudent, is like showing the hood. Sometimes we had to do that, right, in order to be practical in our loving kindness.
In addition, the volition is most important even though there may be a word in a harsh way, but if that harsh word itself can be kindness thought inside.
Yeah.
Even though the sound
Sometimes we can say firm, firm words,
is
but with the volition of with a good feeling.
Actually, parents are doing the same way to their kids. They use sometimes harsh words, sometimes very loudly they speak, but in their mind they don't want to make hurt to their kids.
Yeah, I think yes, Bante. But sometimes parents also get angry. They express anger, and they know it. Children can sense it. But parents can say things like firmly with the good good volition. I think first we have to learn to control our mind. Yeah.
Bark is worse than right?
What?
Or their bark is worse than like with the dog. Then you go up and he's like,
Yes. Yeah. So it's just, I think even as teachers, as leaders, as parents, sometimes we have to be firm. We have to be affirmative. We have to sometimes use strong words,
Yes.
but with a good intention. I think when you do with good intention, Bante, we have a control of what we say, although we use little strong words. If it is coming out from anger or frustration, we have no control of the words that we are saying.
Or saying to the abuser, "Stop, I don't like this, don't do it." Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe, rather than say, "I don't like it," maybe you can say, "It will not help you." So, because if it's, that way, so the child understand that this, parent is telling me not to do it because it's not good for me. Right? So, sometimes I have to say that, when children, children are here, sometimes they can be really active and, running around. So sometimes you have to use a little bit of, yeah, strong words to control them. Yeah. Yes.
You have to learn how to use the hairy eyeball.
Yeah, eyeballs.
Yeah, it's a look. Kids know. Stop.
Yeah,
We call it the hairy eyeball.
Okay, so let us remember Nipako, being prudent. We really need it in order to practice our loving kindness. And one will express our boundaries, but the other one is be sensible, sensible to avoid unnecessary, troubles, unnecessary circumstances. Let's say, even changing the topic of your conversation. If you sense that, okay, this topic is going to, create unnecessary conflicts. If this topic is not necessarily related to you, you have to be prudent enough to change the topic of the conversation. And if it's something that you really have to talk, and then you have to continue. But sometimes, most of the topics are not directly related to us, and then we simply create, conflicts and confrontations. And if you're having conversation with your friend, and you sense that, okay, this is it's going to be not nice, and then we can purposely change the topic. That's being prudent. Yeah. Maybe sometime we can also do two people are having a conversation, and you realize that's getting heated, and you are a third person. And if you see that, okay, this is not going to have a good end, maybe as a third person, you can bring a new topic. Maybe you can, direct their attention to something else.
He or she can invite him to her to come somewhere else to
another discussion. Another work. Have you done that, Bhante?
Yes, I have done. Because in our school.
This isn't going on.
Yeah.
Not for adults, but
for children.
Children, I have invited for them to another work.
So they are going to have a confrontation. Yeah. You notice it, so you just ask someone to come in.
And I separate them.
Okay, so loving kindness has to be practiced in practice with the support of practical wisdom, being prudent. So let's remember that. Okay, so with that, anyone from our YouTube, do you have any questions or any thoughts or sharing? You can use your chat facility, and you can send your questions or thoughts. Okay, let's move to the. If you don't have any other questions or sharings, we can move to the other part of the program. It is now time to share merits with others, and by coming to this practice today and doing this chanting, meditation, this practice together, we have generated so much goodness in our heart, good karma, good merits, and it is now time for us to share this goodness with many others. Thinking about all other people, and especially let us be grateful to all our ancestors, all our departed family members, our grandparents or parents, whoever. Let us be grateful to them and share this goodness with them too. May all of our departed relatives share these merits. May they be benefited from these merits. May they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu Sukhita Huntu Nyatayo Idam me Nyatinang Hotu Sukhita Huntu Nyatayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ca amhi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have careless without wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Okay, now it is the blessing chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra, wishing you all blessings for good health, peace, and happiness. This particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you all strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life, mindfulness and wisdom to make good choices and overcome all your problems, and all the good health for you to continue your practice and continue to help and support many others. May you all receive these blessings. May you all be blessed with good health, strength, and courage. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with. May they also receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko ujocha sujocha suvacho chasansa mudu anatimani santos sakocha subharocha ampagitchocha sallahukavunti Sandrindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kulesu ananugindo nachakundang samachare kinchiyena vinyo pare upavadeyam sukino vakemino hontu
Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Eke cipana bhutanti Tasavata virava anavasesa Digavaye mahantava majjimarasakanukatur Dittavaeva addittaye ca dure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitatta Naparo parang nikumbeta nati manyeta kanta chinang kanche Vyarosana patigha sanya nanya manyasya dukkha minchaya Mata yataniyang puntang ayusa eka punta manurangke Evam pisambha bhutesu manasang bhavai aparimanang mettang ca sambha lokasmi manasang bhavai aparimanang Uddham adocha tiriyam ca asambhadam averang asapattam tittang charang nisinno sayano vayavatasya vigadamiddho etang sating aditteya brahmametang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagamma sila dasanena Sampanno kamesu viniyagedam nahi jatu gambhaseya punareti etena sancavajjena Sodti te hotu sambhada etena sancavajjena Sambharogo vinasatu etena sancavajjena Hotu te jaya mangalang Sabbitiyo vivajjantu Sambharogo vinasatu Mate bhavatantarayo Sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabbha mangalam Rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena Sada sodti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalam Rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha dhammanubhavena Sada sodti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalam Rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena Sada sodti bhavantu te
Let us spend a moment of reflection. Recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Just think about some act of kindness that you did. Helping someone, giving something to someone, or sharing your knowledge with someone. Even sometimes listening to some person. Let us rejoice this opportunity to be kind to someone. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind,
with my body, speech, and
whether
mind,
great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the Buddha,
here before the
I
Buddha,
call to mind
I call to mind
those kind deeds,
those kind
and let
deeds,
my heart
and let
rejoice.
my heart rejoice.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others.
appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
wishing more opportunities to practice compassion.
wishing more opportunities to practice compassion.
I rejoice in those kind
I
deeds,
rejoice in those kind deeds,
resolving not to compare myself with others.
resolving not to compare myself with others.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind
and
deeds,
glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere.
glad to share the joy with all beings.
May my kind deeds
May my kind deeds
relieve the burdens of other beings.
relieve the burdens of other beings.
May my kind deeds
May my kind
shield me
deeds
from all dangers and pains.
shield me from all dangers.
May my kind
May
deeds
my kind
and merits
deeds
that come from them
merits that come from
help
them
me in freeing my heart.
help me in freeing my heart.
Now let us recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about your past few days and recall an incident that someone showed their kindness and care to you. Someone helped you. Or you observed the kindness of someone showing to someone else. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day,
On this day,
or in the past,
or in the past,
if I have seen or heard
if I have seen or heard
of the kind deeds done by
of
others,
the kind deeds done by others,
with their speech, with their body, speech, or mind,
with their body, speech, or mind,
whether great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the
here
Buddha,
before the
I
Buddha,
call to
I
mind
call to mind
those kind
those
deeds,
kind deeds,
and let my heart rejoice.
and let my heart rejoice.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise
and follow their example.
and follow their example.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living
bring
beings.
safety and happiness to many.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship among
May the
many.
kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and many living beings.
and many living beings.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu. Okay. It's so nice to have you all for tonight's meditation. And I have an announcement. 21st of this month, which is not coming Sunday, the next Sunday, following Sunday, is our big celebration of the Buddha's birthday, or maybe Enlightenment Day, the Vesak Day in downtown. So all the Buddhist organization in the area will get together, and we'll have a joint celebration there. So as you know, it was here last time. This time it will be in North Shore. So we'll have a nice celebration there in Unitarian Church, and we'll do a joint meditation for world peace. And we'll focus on a water bowl, and we'll carry that water bowl after the ceremony in a parade with singing, with chanting to the Allegheny Landing, and then we will release that water to Allegheny Landing, Allegheny River or Ohio River, and wishing our wish to carry through the water to the Atlantic Ocean at the end. Yeah. So it's a nice ceremony. We invite all of you to come. And from our Buddhist center, we are also given part of that program to do the chanting, do a Pali chanting. So they have given very simple chanting this time. So I want volunteers for that. It is simply chanting this part, the Three Refuges part, very short, and I think most of you are familiar with that. We will do some practice. Just the Three Refuges chant. So if you like to be a volunteer to chant, be a part of the chanting group, we will do some short practice tonight and next week also. It's simple, but someone we should go to the front and chant. Okay, so thank you. Let's meet. We'll look forward to see you again. Yeah. Good night. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good night to everyone who joined our YouTube, and see you next week too.